Hi, I hope you can hear me okay. I am here on my terrace again. Beautiful day outside. So for this one I've brought my notebook and I've written down a few points which I want to address here. So let's get right into it. It's really the first thing I want to start with is actually not something that I've written in my notebook, but it's like yesterday I heard somebody say it's all an eternal field that you're the center of from your point of view, and yeah, that's actually really what it is from my perspective. So that's why everything you need to know is found in the present moment. And the goal here is to explore the present moment, and you then can ask the question, if everything is the present moment, why is there suffering and why is there pleasure? And my answer for that is that suffering occurs when we are not accepting some things which are currently the present moment, and also when we are out of alignment with the present moment. And right now, for example, I'm observing some nervous feelings. And some fears. And really it's all about self-understanding. Understanding the self, understanding yourself. Because you are repeating patterns, you are basically repeating the past unless you become aware of it. That's why sometimes it seems you are stuck. Because unconsciously you are repeating patterns from the past. For example, negative emotions that you are re-experiencing, like doubt and shame and guilt. Okay, so that was the bonus point, so to say, and now I want to address, because it's a differentiation between you are role playing a separate entity, this person, or you are awareness itself in the non-dual sense, that your awareness is all there is really. And when you are keeping aware of that you are awareness, that's what I believe is enlightenment. Because then you know everything is like it's supposed to be, and you see things for what they are, and you are becoming more aligned and with yourself, and your expression will become more beautiful and refined, and this will draw people in also, which then are also just a reflection of yourself. So there was a car passing by. I'm not sure yet how loud it will be. We'll see later. So let me check my notes. Yeah. Hating surface level people is suppressed desire. So I've recently watched somebody who said they hate surface level people because they are so superficial, and they hate and I strongly believe that this is can be suppressed desires, because when you don't allow yourself to admit to your desires because you think they are selfish, you think they are superficial, you think they are base animal desires, or for example to have money, or to have influence or something like that, then you are going to hate people which are superficial, because you externalize it, and so but when you can make the step and see that you don't want to admit to your desires, is because you have a subconscious belief that it tells you it's amoral, or it's not. Yeah, you're gonna get judged by other people for it. It's really a protective mechanism also, and maybe you have an ideal of yourself, of a noble person, but this idea is actually hurting you. So admit to your desires, and because when you have everything you want that you desire, then you don't have the need to hate other people. So that's my take on it. And another thing is, I felt really confused in the morning, and I want to say that confusion is necessary. Confusion is really how you learn. You first have to break down some strong beliefs, for example, or some beliefs, identity structure you have hold in yourself, and then when you break it down, confusion will surface, and you're not so sure as you were before. This gives your brain the ability to rewire, to form new connections. So always keep in mind that confusion is not a negative thing. It's how we learn. Old patterns will resurface. Choose how you want to respond every time. So, yes, you might have thought that you've overcome an addiction, or that you've overcome a negative thinking, or those people who annoy you, etc. But then it's happening again, and yeah, but this time not so strong anymore. And to form your new identity, you have to repeatedly choose how you want to respond to those patterns. So So instead of falling into the same pattern like you're hating on that person, you're choosing now to see them in a different light. Or you felt the urge, oh, everything is overwhelming, I can't handle it, it's too much for me. But that's really the fear of not being good enough, because that's why you don't want to try. But when you say you're good enough, and when you know yourself, and you think there is... Hi, so my camera was overheating, so I'm finishing the video here inside. Let me check my notes. So the final point I have prepared was the cues are all around you and inside of you. This ties into the first point I made about the field, and everything is available to you. And because I've observed that things are just popping up, memories of past conversations and videos you've watched, and just phrases which people have said which now make sense to you. And also you discover new perspectives. So things that didn't make sense to you now make sense, or now they carry a different meaning. Because really it's all the field, and as understanding develops, it's all a game, a game of understanding, at least from my point of view. And that's the beautiful thing. So that's why you don't have to apologize for the game you're playing. You can even explain it as well, and it just will carry a different frequency, and you will get different results based on the level of internal alignment you've achieved. So, which basically means to be aware of that you are aware. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share here. So I think I'm going to play some chess now, because I've tried one stream and really was enjoyable. So stay around for that.